¿No? Preguntando, de repente tienes algo. This week's parasha, Balak. So we have the accounts of this king who's worried because he's seeing Israel coming, and he heard about what happened to one of his enemies, the Emori. And now he's there and he's wondering what to do. So he comes up with this great idea. I'm going to call Bilam, pay him, and do me a job. And of course, we'll see what happens with Bilam. But I want you to understand Balak, because Balak is representative, when I read it, of the Torah-lessness perspective in relationships to the Torah perspective. You have two perspectives, right? And so, or you're on one side, the Torah perspective, or you are on the other side, the Torah-lessness perspective, those without Torah. And so, in order to understand Balak's point of view in relationships to God and in relationships to Israel, I want to go back to Egypt and compare Balak with Pharaoh, because it gives us it helps us understand what's going on in Balak's head. Remember that Moses went with Aaron to see Pharaoh, and they told him, please let our people go so they could serve our God. And what did Pharaoh say? He says, no, I don't know that God. Meaning, your God does not exist. I don't acknowledge this idea that you're bringing me about this God that you have. I never heard of him. So he's denying that reality. Okay? And if you remember the 10 plagues, part of what the 10 plagues will do is to teach Pharaoh that, first of all, God does exist, the Creator does exist, and that the Creator is in control. It's not Pharaoh that's in control. So now that we have this understanding of how Pharaoh saw the God of Israel, that first of all, he doesn't exist, and second of all, he's not in control. He's not in control because he doesn't exist, and the one who's in control is me, because I am God. Okay, so let's go back to Balak. Now, Balak does not deny the God of Israel. He knows that God is with Israel. But the difference is that Balak will try to manipulate God. How? By using Bilam the prophet. And so he's going to pay this man, this prophet, he's going to pay him, and he's going to say, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to curse them. Why? Because that way, I'm going to debilitate them and make sure that when I go into war with them, I win. So, of course, Bilam, who has no loyalty to no one, right? He will work for the highest bidder. He will sell himself, right? He has no, scruples. So he says, of course, give me the money, let's do this. So he brings Bilam to 3 mountaintops, okay? And in the 3 occasions where he wants to curse Israel, blessing comes out of his mouth. And now Balak doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what's going on. And so if you read carefully, God tells him, because I am not man to change my mind. I am not one of you, and you're treating me as though I am one of you. I am God the Creator. Okay. Balak is representative of all those who are part of what I call the Torah-lessness perspective. believing that somehow God is not in control, and therefore I can manipulate and control him. And one of the ways those who are Torahlessness, have this Torahlessness perspective, has devised to manipulate God is through religion. Others try to manipulate God by the emotions, right? If I cry enough, God will answer me, right? We try to manipulate God as though God is one of us. He's not one of us. He's other than us, right? And so, when I read this, Balak is representative of us. Because even though that we believe in the Creator, we believe in the Torah, we are still humans. We are still humans, and whenever the opportunity comes and we try to, manipulate God, let's see if, I can get God to do what I want, and God always will stop us and say, I am not one of you. So this is what I've learned this week regarding Balak. Our Creator is not one of us. We cannot manipulate God. We could try, but it won't work. And we'll only deceive ourselves, which Balak did. He deceived himself. Shabbat Shalom.